There wasn't a video here last week, I'm sorry, but I needed all my strength and time for something completely different, cause my son had his collarbone broken and needed surgery. I am sure you can all understand that I was not in the right mood to record a YouTube video. But now he's feeling better, and I'm back. My topic today, hotkeys in Premiere and After Effects. Hello and welcome here on Random Rotation. I hope you're all doing well. I think it is 3 weeks ago now that I did a video about my favorite shortcuts in DaVinci Resolve. If you've watched that and thought, fine, but I'm not a Resolve user, I need this for Premiere, lucky you, this is what we're talking about today. But before we start, I just want to briefly mention that I won't show you each and every key combination that these tools have to offer. In fact, I'm pretty sure that advanced users won't find anything new in this video. I don't know all hotkeys, and I don't need to know them all, but I have my favorites. Hotkeys that I use on a daily basis without even thinking about them. They make my editing process much quicker, and that's what's important to me. And now let's jump right in. Premiere hotkeys first. Like in Resolve, I use J, K, and L to control the playback. J for forward playback, K to stop, and L reverse playback. That is always the same in every editing application that I ever worked with, just like I and O to set in and out points, and M to place some markers. Always the same, which is pretty good because those are keyboard shortcuts that nobody needs to learn twice. Am I right? Moving on with the tools. The most commonly used one is probably the selection tool, which is why it's on top, I guess. Hovering over it reveals its shortcut, which is V. The next tool here is the Track Select Forward tool. Type A to activate it. Or Shift A for the Track Select Backward tool. A and Shift A. Both very neat tools that I use quite often. B for the Ripple Edit tool. I honestly don't use that at all. I probably should. But a tool that I do use from time to time is the Rolling Edit tool. N to select that. And this is what it's doing. That comes in pretty handy sometimes. Let me quickly undo that. And the third tool you can find in this category is the Rate Stretch tool. Again, a tool I never really use, but if you like it and use it frequently, R is its hotkey. You're welcome. Next is the Razor tool, C. And now we can place some cuts here. Y for the Slip tool. I find that very useful. Let me demonstrate it on this clip here. Let's say we want to have new in and out points, then we can use the Slip tool to do so. And there is a second tool hiding in this little menu. That is the Slide tool. I have used it once or twice, but not enough to remember its shortcut. If I want to use it, I just come here, click and hold, and select it that way. P to select the pen tool. That is something I can remember very well because I use it in every single Premiere project to set my keyframes. I now skip the rectangle, ellipse, and polygon tools because first, there are no hotkeys to select them, and secondly, you probably already guessed it, I never use them. H for the hand tool and Z for the zoom tool. I use the hand tool sometimes, but I'm so used to dragging around this slider down here that I often forget that it's there. And when I want to zoom in and out of my timeline, I rather use the plus and minus keys to do so. I find that to be much quicker. Which brings me to the last tool, and that's the type tool. Hotkey is T. Pretty straightforward. And now we can type in something here. And once I'm done with my edit and I want to export, I press Ctrl M to bring up my export settings. That's it. Like I said, there are many more hotkeys in Premiere, but these are the ones I always use. And that brings us to After Effects now. Let me try to do this in under 2 minutes. When I am starting out from scratch, I first need to create a new composition, of course. Ctrl N brings up the settings for that. In this case, I can simply cancel that operation because I already opened this nice little project for demonstration purposes. Next hotkey worth knowing is Ctrl D. That duplicates any selected object. And now I can click Ctrl Z because I don't need all these extra objects, but you get the point. Like in Premiere, the selection tool can be selected by clicking V. H for the hand tool and Z for the zoom tool, just like in Premiere. And all these other tools over here, I'm very sorry, but I can never remember their hotkeys. So I always have to click select them with my mouse, which is okay. I can live with that. Let's say I need to replace this logo here in the middle with a different one. That's very easy to do. I just select the layer and then click and hold the new logo, click and hold Alt, drag it over and let go. That's something I have to do in almost every project. When working with a mask like this, F brings up the mask feather option. And we're almost done. To bring up the attributes of a layer, it's A for the anchor point, P for position, S for scale, R for rotation, and T for the opacity. If we have a layer selected and press one of these hotkeys, let's say T, only the opacity of that one layer will be revealed. But when there's nothing selected, After Effects shows us the opacity of every visible layer in the comp. And last but not least, the keyboard shortcut U reveals all attributes that have keyframes on them. Was that under 2 minutes? I hope so. And that, my friends, is it for this week. I really hope you liked it, and if so, thank you very, very much for watching. I see you in the next video, and until then, stay safe and motivated. Bye for now.